But here is the one thing. Comes today courtesy of Thomas Jefferson. Quote, "In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock." The only time that your principles really matter is when everybody's trying to convince you that they no longer apply. These AIG executive bonuses are a great example. Watch this.
100%, as far as I'm concerned, is not even enough. If I could tax them 1,000%, I would tax them 1,000%.
I think it's important that we recoup the money that has already been paid out to AIG executives.
We intend to do everything in our power to prevent those payments from being made.
To give this money back to the taxpayers by subjecting the bonuses to severe tax penalties.
It will require Treasury to recoup all the bonuses that have already been paid within 2 weeks. If you can't legislate the bonuses back and you can't regulate the bonuses back and you can't compel moral behavior by the bonus takers, then we should tax them back.
Those are Republicans and Democrats. These people, are you kidding me? How about we raise your taxes? How about we cut your salary for all the nonsense that you guys have done and all the wasteful spending that you have done? Neither party is actually trying to solve this problem. All they're doing is just trying to channel the outrage away from their roles, maybe towards the other party so they can get ahead of in the polls, and just direct it towards the faceless bonus recipients at AIG. Ask yourself, are your principles, and just important, are the rules of law important enough to not be trounced by fake populist anger? I want to be clear here. I don't like the idea of failed businesses paying bonuses. I don't like the idea that AIG has taken billions of dollars and shipped it overseas, our money overseas, and we're never going to get that money back. I just think that those who broke the law should go to jail. But what I really, really don't like here is the idea that we are willing to give in to mob rule. And that's what this is. The mob in Washington getting everybody else. I mean, the only thing they haven't said is bring out the monster. It's mob rule. They are attempting to void legally binding contracts. In other words, just like protecting free speech, it doesn't matter if you're like, who's trying to ban speech that you like? It only matters when it's the hardest speech to take. Double jeopardy. Take this, for instance. Why did our government do double jeopardy? Why did they want to do that? So they could control an out-of-control government who would just keep trying people over and over and over again. Now, sometimes it doesn't work out well. Let's say somebody, I don't know, a sports figure or something, goes out and cuts the heads off a couple of people. And then he says, I didn't do it. What? No way. And he's found not guilty. If that guy would walk right out on the steps of the courthouse and said, boy, you guys are dumb as a box of rocks. Not only did I do it, I enjoyed it. I'm going to be signing autographs all over the country. Catch me in Vegas later. There's not one person in America who wouldn't be so angry that they'd want to create an exception to double jeopardy and put this guy in prison. But that's exactly what we cannot do. Our principles and our rule of law must trump the emotion of the day. So what's happening now at AIG? Our leaders are trampling on each other. I mean, it's like, what was that Great White Fire when people were trampling to get to the exits? These guys are killing each other just to get to a microphone to see who can abuse their power the fastest. Did you hear that First Lady saying, oh, I'd tax them 1,000% if I could? What? This is exactly what our founding fathers were afraid of. This is a dangerous, dangerous precedent. If contracts can be violated just because it's a popular thing to do, then they have no meaning. And when contracts have no meaning, the whole system collapses. Remember, I mean, I've said to you before, we don't have a problem with money shortages in this country. We have a trust shortage. What has happened over the last year should prove what happens when trust vanishes. You got to be able to trust in a piece of paper. It's time somebody pays attention to the games that these clowns in Washington are playing. They've created these problems themselves. Yeah. We are not a respecter of men. We are a respecter of law. I believe that was George Washington. And once again, if that goes away, what is left of our country?